It's absolutely still the United States, even though we're going through, we see lots of issues coming up with this, the hegemony, right? The soft power of the United States being seen differently across the world. The American dream is very much alive, right? The sense of a land of opportunities, really this idea that meritocracy exists in some form, right? The promise of this meritocracy that if you go to school and you work hard, you're going to have an opportunity is really prevalent for a lot of folks, specifically coming from Latin America, where if you compare public schooling, right, in a place like Brazil, where I am, it's the schools are often without books or without teachers or without resources. So even the most basic piece, right, that they don't have. So anything here is already a huge jump from those particular realities. And the Latin American parents, they really think about education with this broader definition that Angela Valenzuela calls, right, educación, which is beyond the academic achievement to actually thinking about forming good human beings that are kind and are going to do good things in the world, right? Kind of way of thinking. But then there's the other narrative that you just presented that is very important, which is for some of the parents that are coming from countries where there is a specific way that education is done, definitely the US still has this appeal of, STEM education and creative education. And you can see how classrooms in the United States are still very much different, even from structures in East Asia or in Latin America, where you have circles and people raise their hands during a session, right? A class, there isn't the deference to a teacher that you see in different places where kids have to stay quiet for most of the time. So for the parents that are able to decide to migrate and plan out a migration or that is longer term, they can really center education in a different way and say, I want this type of education from our child. In the case of the families I worked with, it was really their migration was very tied to survival. So the idea that of education in the United States was more of a promise than actually pinpointing they're going to be more, creative thinkers, or they're going to have, better chances at a biology lab. That came after they got here and understood just the different opportunities they had.